In this video, I'm going to share some of the life secrets I know at 29 that would have completely changed my life had I learned them earlier in my 20s. Unfortunately, I never had a mentor, so I want to do for you what no one was willing to do for me. Starting with number 1, life isn't fair, and the sooner you accept it, the happier you'll be. Number 2, nobody knows what they're doing. Just over time, some people get more confident in their ability to guess. Number 3, experience is what you get on the opposite end of failure, so don't be scared to fail. When you apply for a job, they want the person with the most experience, so that's the person who's failed the most. At a certain point, you have to decide, what's scarier, the fear of people seeing you try or the fear of never trying at all? Number 4, whatever you feel in your 20s, you're going to feel again throughout life. Your body has a limited way of communicating with you, so learn to process the signals. When your phone hits 20%, you don't panic because you know how to deal with that signal. It's no different for your body, whether you're feeling lonely, sadness, anxious, or whatever. It's a signal. Learn how to process it now. That way you know how to deal with it whenever it happens again in the future. Number 5, there are 3 versions of life. When you're born, when you realize you're going to die, and when your confidence kicks in because you finally stop caring what other people think about you. Get to that third version as quickly as possible. Number 6, don't feel like you're behind. Whatever you feel at this current stage is what that age is supposed to feel like. If you make life a race, expect to feel all the discomfort that comes with running it. Realistically, you won't care about the milestone by the time you get to the milestone age. And just FYI, the guy who started Walmart was 44 when he started. Vera Ann was 40 and on her 3rd career. And I think Robert Greene was 38 when he wrote the 48 Laws of Power. People are always switching careers and trying new things. It's a part of life. Number 7, define everything for yourself, especially what happiness is for you. It's hard to find a destination that you haven't set. Number 8, you can't compete with people who have a different starting line than you. You don't know what help or support someone else is receiving, so it's best to focus on you. The people who laugh at where you are today would applaud if they only understood how far you've actually come. Number 9, the long way is the shortcut. You can't cut corners. If you can't see yourself doing something for 10 years, then find something else to do. Becoming a doctor is a guaranteed career, and most doctors don't start until their early 30s. So, give yourself and your career time to pan out. Number 10, if people have never done what you're trying to do, you have to teach them how to support you, including your parents. If you're on a journey to success and the path seems unclear, don't be mad when people suggest alternate routes. They're just trying to help. What you need to do is realistically sit them down and give them your timeline and a path. Eventually, they'll come around to supporting you. And remember, your friends and your family aren't your audience. They're your friends and your family. Quick message. If you're enjoying this video and you need some extra advice or motivation, I invite you to join my community where every so often I send out messages that have helpful facts, stats, and advice to help you put life in perspective and support you through whatever you're going through. It's just a way to make life feel more relatable and normal. If you want to join, just text the word advice to this number or hit the link in the description. Now back to the video. Number 11, if you're trying to reinvent the wheel, you're doing it wrong. 80% of what you do should be a remix of things that already exist. And number 12, nothing is ever free. Number 13, be somebody worth mentoring. But if you don't have access to a mentor, go on YouTube and pick one. We live in an era where mentorship has been democratized. You can literally go on YouTube and watch 1 million Kobe interviews or interviews from any thought leader in your industry. Personally, what I like to do is I'll go find summits and conferences. I'll look up all the speakers and then I'll pick a few, go on YouTube, watch all their videos. It's a great way to get in somebody's mind without having access to them. And you can always choose a new few every couple of days. Number 14, find your Sasha Fierce. When Beyonce was 27, she started struggling with confidence. So she created a character, Sasha Fierce, that she could tap into whenever she needed to take risks or tap into confidence. Do the same thing. Create a character for whatever you're struggling with. That way you can tap into your character and allow the character to perform whenever you can't perform. Number 15, feeling lost is a blessing because it gives you a chance to find yourself. And if you don't know what to pursue and you feel lost, pursue yourself. There are so many people who are starting to go in their 30s, 40s, and 50s because whatever they're doing before isn't making them happy. Number 16, direction is more important than speed. It's better your life goes slow and in the right direction than fast and in the wrong one. Remember, extraordinary people are just people who do the ordinary extra. Number 17, networking is a waste of time if you don't have something to offer. Don't confuse movement with progress. If you become great at something, the network will find you. Remember, the world is small, your city's tiny, and your industry is even smaller than that. Number 18, be comfortable with everyone not liking you. If you're pleased with yourself, you won't feel the need to please others. Number 19, don't live life for other people. Most of the people you're trying to prove wrong won't be at the finish line to see you do it. Number 20, be fully present because you can't get time back. Christmas doesn't feel the same because Christmas is for kids. There's certain things you can do in your 20s that seem off if you try to do it in your 50s. So enjoy every chapter as it's happening because it won't last long. 21, wasting your 20s is a myth. You're seeing life for the first time. Take risks, have fun, and be young. You'll be okay. All the skills you gain in your 20s will eventually transfer over to the thing you actually care about. 22. People aren't supposed to be in your life forever. Enjoy them for the chapter you have them, and then embrace the new people who come and take their place afterwards. It's hard to grow if you're always surrounded by people who remind you of a past version of yourself that you're no longer aligned with. 23. If you don't peacefully remove the things that don't align with you, life will painfully remove it for you. Number 24. Learn from other people's mistakes and about their hardships. It'll make it easier to go through yours. 25. You're not the main character of other people's stories. 90% of what happens to you has nothing to do with you. At the end of the day, we're all learning the same lessons. The only difference is how we learn them. 26. Pay attention to the things that other people complain and brag about. It's the indication of difficulties ahead. 27. Realistically, 1 year won't change your life, but a lot can change in a year. So just be realistic with your timelines. 28. Develop a savings muscle. My mom used to always say, cut your coat according to your size. You will always have problems if your eyes are bigger than your stomach. The fastest way to get stuck at a job you hate is by increasing your bills. 29. Get used to rejection. It's healthy. Number 30. Accept everything that comes with the decisions you make. For example, if you want to be rich, there isn't much balance or family time in that choice. Accept it. 31. Life doesn't go as planned. The process is humbling and embarrassing. So distance yourself from anybody who you feel like you have to hide your reality from. They aren't healthy for you. Remember, visibility is dangerous when your skill set doesn't match the attention that you're getting. 32. Be a person worth knowing, and if you live in a bubble, pop it. 33. Success is an indication of how much pain you're willing to take, and there's nothing wrong with deciding that you don't want to suffer anymore. 34. Your problems will always feel heavier in the moment, but they're actually not that bad. 35. Learn to be alone. A lot of bad decisions are made and boundaries are crossed because people are scared to be alone. As uncomfortable as it may seem, being alone is a superpower. 36. If people play with you, make an example. You need to make people respect you by any means necessary. Your 20s is literally you trying to convince other people to take you serious and respect you. Remember, people treat you how they meet you, so be intentional about your introduction. 37. Nobody's coming to save you. Something feels too good to be true, then it is. The only person who can change your life is you. So if somebody's offering to help, it's because you have value. 38. Everyone gets lucky. You just have to work long enough for it to happen to you. Remember, you're not as good as you think you are, and you're not as bad as you think you are either. 39. Accept the things that you can't change. Have the courage to change the things that you can, and have the wisdom to know the difference. And number 40. Participate in life, stay healthy, and ask for help because you can't do it alone.